One Piece chapter 1172 is out. And if you haven't read it yet, go and read it. I will be spoiling it. Okay, here we go. So we start out in the lift up to the Sun Ram with the giant warrior pirates, Zoro, Sanji, Chopper and Gaban. And here we have Gaban explaining to everyone what they are up against. Okay, so he's explaining to them that the government is trying to kidnap 8 children and get them to the port onto a ship and into Murray Shore in order to force the giants to fight for the government, basically become their thralls, the slaves. Alright? And while describing that, he's the giants are asking, okay, why can't the children stop? And he's explaining that Gonko, with their aeronomy, is basically forcing the children to march to the port, and the children can't do anything against it. And they're like, okay, then we just have to stop the children. And then he explains Summer's devil's fruit powers, and that's not that easy because Summers has the invisible thorns around the children, and lets everyone know about that devil fruit. So he's basically our info dump guy for everyone else to know already about the devil fruit powers and what they're actually exactly doing. And last but not least, he also mentions Killing Hand's powers, and that he created all these nightmare creatures that are now running rampant and going absolutely crazy. Okay, at that point we have the lift arriving up top and cut to a beautiful, wonderful spread of exactly that. All the nightmare creatures going absolutely apeshit. In the middle, one of the giant ships is crashed and burned there. The ships of the giant warrior pirates, actually. The Saint Eric, or not Saint Eric, the Big Eric, I think was the name of the ship. And yeah, that's what we have here. And waiting at the top of the lift, we have a bleeding, wounded Kashi, and he's like, guys, it's really bad. You gotta go stop Dory and Brogy, because he explains to them that they basically lost their mind and they're trying to go and kill Yarul. And also with that, and then he also mentions that the children under them is one of the giant warrior pirates' little brother. And so 3 of the giant warrior pirates go running off towards the children. It's like trying to like somehow stop them, save them, rescue them in some way. Also, before that, they discussed that they're basically playing a like sick and twisted game with these 3 devil fruit powers Gaban described, and that the easiest way to stop them would be to get rid of the devil fruit users, instead of like trying to figure out, okay, how do we stop the children, how we stop their march or anything. It's like, no, if we get the devil fruit users, the devil fruit powers stop working. If we stop Summers, his thorns go away and we can stop the children. If we stop Gonko, the arrow goes away and the children stop walking towards the pot. Alright, so that's the way of really achieving this goal. And they even mention some like methods to like stop these people, because they're like, yeah, okay, they're invulnerable, they're regenerating immortal beings, but no matter how immortal they are, there has to be a way to stop them. And one of the giant pirate warriors is like putting out like some ideas, like, what if we trap them, like, or we cage them, or we crush them and or eat them? And those are some great ideas, like just in theory how to stop like a God's Knight that is just endlessly generating. But if you put like a giant massive boulder on top of a God's Knight, they can generate all they want, no? It's like, what does happen then? If I get a God's Knight, put a massive boulder on top of it, yeah, it can regenerate as much as it wants. It's just gonna be eternal suffering. Or is there a limit to how often, how much you can regenerate as a God's Knight? Maybe. Maybe being crushed by a boulder would actually solve the issue completely. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, we have them arrive on top here. Kashi is telling them about the children, or about the little brother of the one dude. And 3 of the giant warrior storm off and are like, okay, we're gonna take care of the children. Then we have Sanji asking Kashi where the school is, because Nami and the others should be close there. Okay, yeah, so he tells them, yeah, the school is over there where the fire is. The school and the old library are on fire. And Sanji's like, oh, why is it on fire? Which doesn't get really any response there, but he's like, basically, okay, why is it on fire? Well, never mind, I'm just gonna go and see to the others, see to Nami-san and the others, yeah. So Sanji is off to save the ladies. No surprise there. And lastly, we have Zoro go off with Harudin towards Dorian Broggy to stop the Domi-reversity Dorian Broggy. Alright. And all of this is also like shown like a wonderful double page spread where we have like an overview of where everyone is. So we have this one page that just shows us the entire area, and then we have arrows pointing from the panels next to the double page spread, like with what everyone is doing, where everyone is. And one of those pages is also Nami, Usopp and Robin and Jinbei, and they are basically outside of the burning owl library, a little bit further off, but they are still kind of in the vicinity. Like Robin is standing there looking at the burning library, and it's like, oh, the library is burning. Impaled by thorns, by the way. Robin, the others are bound up by the arrow fruit, but Robin is impaled in thorns, like she's bound by thorns, man. This goes hard, and still Robin is like worrying about the knowledge and the books and the stuff that's burning there. Nami is more concerned about the children. It's like, we have to get rid of this arrow, these arrow fruit, and save the children. Like Nami in like recent One Piece is very much like always a focus about children, and others is like as a big sister or a motherly vibe, even like in the crew. It's like she is concerned about the children, and fair, that's valid. And Usopp is just like, the Elbaf I know is like not gonna bend the knee to like these guys. Usopp is basically just like fanboying for the Vikings, for the giant Vikings. It's like, okay. And we have one panel of like the children's walking there, and one of them is like mentioning that they're going to the port and everything. They're kinda whiny, crying, and Colin in the very front is like, no matter what happens, we won't cry, we are warriors. And one of the other little children is like, but we aren't warriors. It's like, oh, you say that, but we aren't warriors. It's like Colin is, no, we're giants, we are warriors. Man, my dad is a Chad. Man, Gavanson, all the father, rambunctious. Okay, and now we get into like my favorite part, I must say, of this chapter. We get Yarul. And Yarul is being warned by other giants that Dory and Borgi have gone insane and they're coming for him to kill him. And Yarul is like, if you guys want, you can run. That's fine by me. You guys, you mustn't stay with me here. You can run. But I still have something to tell the people of Elbaf. Because earlier we had Yarul use a snail to speak to the people of Elbaf and tell them to burn the library. He was like, yeah, all this knowledge in the library, yes, that it is important and it is really a lot there, but it's not as important as the children and as the future of Elbaf. So burn down the library. Now he takes up that same transponder snail and starts his speech. And it's an epic speech, my guy. He starts out and addresses all of Elbaf, people of Elbaf. There's something I must tell you. And he tells them about how King Harald wanted to bring Elbaf together with the different nations of this world. And for that reason, he tried to ally with the world government. But his efforts were shunned and he was betrayed. Furthermore, Yarul tells them, guys, people, I've seen this with my own eyes. I've been there 14 years ago. I've witnessed what happened at that day in our castle. He tells them Harald that there was a demon at that day at the castle. And Harald defended and tried to fight against this demon with his every last breath. But he couldn't quite defeat it. But he was fighting to his last breath against this demon. And that Loki is innocent, basically. He says Loki is a very boorish young man, but he's innocent. He took, at that day, when he took out, and set out to sea, he took all the anger and all the hatred of the people of Elbaf on top of his own shoulders. And he bore that burden. But what really killed King Harald and all these guards back that day was a demon. And he's like, and now today we have 3 more demons invading our country, coming to enslave us. And then he goes, now I'm addressing you demons. This is for you, not for my people anymore. If you think that taking our children away, threatening us, is gonna work, you don't know who you're messing with. He says, you can take away our history. You can burn down the library and the legacy of all that what was built. But don't take away our little ones. He's like, oh, you fucked around. You're gonna find out, man. You're about to find out. he tells the children, little ones, if you can, close your ears, like put your hands over your ears, man. I don't necessarily want you to hear this. And then he tells them about the prophecy from that it is prophesied basically by the mural, that one day there will be a big divide. And next page, big page of Yarrow basically screaming and announcing, from this day on out, Elbaf is an enemy of the world government. He's straight out going out and being like, we are, from this day on out, we are declaring war on the world government basically. And I forgot to mention that. But like a page earlier, he mentioned about why he didn't tell the truth to them earlier. And the reason why was he feared that his people would be angry and upset and start a war with the world government. A war King Harold didn't want. He wanted peace with other people and other folks. He wanted peace. Harold wanted peace. So Jarl was afraid if he spoke out about the truth what happened at the castle, that he might start a war over this. But yet here he is declaring war, declaring Elbaf from now on out is an enemy of the world government. He's telling them, give back our children. We ain't gonna be as patient as Harold. We're not gonna have the same patience. We're not saints. We are warriors. You're messing with warriors. And here we are on the last page, and he's basically finishing his speech, and Dory and Broggy are coming up to him in Tommy Reversi, being absolutely massive, even towering over Jarl. And he's like, what say you warriors of Elbaf? And everyone is like, yeah! We are with you! It is epic. I love the speech. I can't wait to see the speech actually in the manga. Not in the manga, in the anime. This speech is gonna be epic in the anime. I can't wait. And last bit is we have Zoro and Harudin arrive also at Oust Village, where Jarl, Dory, Broggy in demon form are now. And basically Jarl is up ahead, Dory and Broggy are in the middle, approaching Jarl, going by the orders of Imo to kill Jarl. And from behind comes Harudin, and on his shoulders Zoro, who by the way during the speech was like commenting on it's like in one part he was like commenting, yeah, I wouldn't say it like that, but that's pretty much what happened at the castle back then, yeah. And later on he even commented that, man, I like this old guy, he's cool. Like, but yeah, they arrived there, Zoro's still on Harudin's shoulders, he jumps off, and Harudin's like, hey, the others told us if we get in between Dory and Broggy, it's over for us, because we get also Domi reversed, because everyone in between Dory and Broggy basically got Domi reversed. And Zoro's like, don't worry, I got a plan. And he takes his sword and draws his sword basically. This is the onomatopoeia of the sword being drawn there. And that's the last panel. Just Zoro getting ready to fight. Alright, so amazing setup chapter for what is to come. We have everyone going off in different direction. And I forgot things to mention. Like there is so much in this chapter. I forgot to mention one thing right now. In the scenes with the Straw Hats, where Nami and everyone is, Jinbei mentioned that Brook went off on its own, on his own, and he must be up to something. So this chapter is basically a setup chapter for the following chapters, like dividing where everyone is separated on the island in different parts fighting. Sanji is going towards the old library, towards the fire to save all of the other Straw Hats, freedom of the confinements. He's doing that. Zoro is now with Dorian Broggy and Yarul seemingly going to fight Dorian Broggy. How? What exactly is he gonna do? Is he gonna cut them down? Is he gonna use Conqueror Saki like Gaban told him to? And yeah, and one more squad going after the children, trying to once more to stop the children. Yeah, that's how we have everyone separated right now. And Loki and Luffy are still down there somewhere in the in the cold hell of Elbaf, just like me. Yeah, great setup chapter. I love the speech. I read the chapter 3 times, but there's so much. I probably missed stuff, man. I think I'm gonna read it even more. Look at content online, man. It's a chapter. It's a good chapter. I liked it. I was like kind of expecting to already get into more fighting and stuff, but I enjoy story chapters, like setup chapters. I enjoy stuff like this speech we got. Man, this is what One Piece is all about. Anyway, have a good one. Until next time, bye.